Hello, everybody. It's Walter, your favorite historian, professor, educator, and social studies extraordinaire, here today to give you a first day follow up on my first day of the semester teaching U.S. History 2, Spring 2024. U.S. History 2 is obviously a much more comprehensive class than what I taught last semester, Baltimore and the Civil War. All right, I have a very large class this semester, 22 students in comparison to the very small class of only 9 students that I had in fall 2023. All right, and like the previous group last semester, you have certain individuals who are much more mesmerized by the subject of history than others. But overall, I think they are a very good group. They are a very positive group, a group that demonstrates willingness to learn, presents questions that challenge me and questions that open my mind to new things, and undoubtedly their peers to various concepts, and facts. All right. So today we pretty much went over the syllabus, as well as touched on the immediate period in American history from 1865 to 1877, the Reconstruction era, focusing on the Civil War amendments, which were the 13th, 14th, and 15th Amendments to the Constitution, as well as the tumultuous nature of American society that existed in that era. All right. And, we placed heavy emphasis on the context, drafting and adoption of the 13th Amendment, as well as the 14th and the 15th Amendments to the Constitution, and the long-term effects that these amendments have had on American society, and the immediate problems that they were designed to solve. Of course, the 13th Amendment in abolishing slavery and involuntary servitude, except as punishment for a crime wherein the party shall have been duly convicted. The 14th Amendment to constitutionalize the Civil Rights Act of 1866, to do away with the black codes, to give African Americans the political, civil, and equal rights that were afforded to whites under the Constitution, placing blacks theoretically on an equal playing field with whites. All right. Of course, the language of that amendment will be expanded substantially over the next 150 years, but this was its initial purpose and foundation. All right. 13th Amendment, the 14th Amendment, the 15th Amendment was designed essentially to give black men the right to vote, and essentially, by greater context, all men in America the right to vote. Now, whether that would include anyone that was considered Native American would likely depend on whether or not they had decided to leave their tribe and assimilate into regular society. But those were the initial purposes of the 13th, 14th, 15th Amendment, and through time, those amendments have been both significantly expansive by way of interpretation by the Supreme Court, and they have also been reduced in their reach by interpretation from the Supreme Court of the United States. All right. And in this course, U.S. History 1877 to present, the contextual period that we talked about today, 1865 to 1877, was designed to give the students a little bit of background on the era which led to the America that followed in the post-Reconstruction period. All right. To understand after, you have to understand the before. And the period from 1865 to 1877, with the adoption of the 14th Amendment to give African Americans full, legal, equal political and civil rights along with whites, and the 15th Amendment to give black men the right to vote, were a major step forward in making the American promise that all men are created equal a reality. All right. And when we continue and matriculate on and on throughout the semester, I will continue to make these videos and give you updates on where we stand in the evolution of the United States of America from 1877 to the present day. So I had to drop a lot of constitutional law on them. That's my expertise. That's my area of, the most academic proficiency where I stand. All right. And constitutional law is where I flourish, That is where I shine. All right. And, I had to give a lot of that to them today, most especially about the 14th Amendment and the profound role that Section 1 has played on the development of American society, and the current role that Section 3 of that amendment is playing with the attempt to get Donald Trump removed from the ballot in November. We'll see how that works out in the Supreme Court whenever they make a decision on it. I wouldn't want to be among their ranks to decide that for anything. So that was day 1 of U.S. History 2, a.k.a. 1877 to the present, and I'll keep you posted and provide more follow-ups as we go through the semester. Take care, stay safe out there, and I'll talk to you at the next video. Professor Shelton, out.